Reality TV used to be messy, chaotic, and fun. Now it just feels like influencer PR training is muddying our view when rabid fan bases treating their favorite contestants like pop stars and attacking everyone who doesn't agree. How did we get here? And why is it ruining the whole genre of reality TV? If you watched reality TV in the 90s and the early 2000s, you remember reality shows like Jersey Shore, where the cast would drink and party until they forgot their names. With the rise of social media, we've seen firsthand how what you say on TV can influence your entire lives. It can affect your employment status, your social perception, and everything else for years to come. Because of this, I have to play devil's advocate and say that I understand why contestants want to play it safe on reality shows. It makes for great PR and looks great for their image, but it makes for terrible TV. We want raw, transparent emotions, and we don't want contestants tiptoeing and avoiding confrontation in hopes that they get the good edit. Hey guys, it's Maddie, and this is my cave. And today I want to briefly discuss how influencer fan bases are ruining reality shows as we know them. If you like today's video, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos, as well as comment down below what you guys want to see, and tell me, do you think that influencer fan bases are ruining reality shows? Because I've got a lot to talk about. Let's get started. Influencer culture seeps into casting. Now, it's very common for casting directors to choose people with pre-built followings. And it makes sense because a pre-built following can translate into the foundation of a strong fan base. One that is loyal enough to tune in and follow their favorite creator on whatever show that they appear on. Do you guys remember when Netflix gave the Hype House a Netflix show? It was interesting, to say the least. And eventually it did flop, not because it wasn't full of famous creators, but because it was too curated. I think something like the Hype House translates better into a vlogging format because it gives them that realism that the young creators like how Piper Raquel, most of their stuff is scripted to my knowledge, but still the vlogging style of it keeps it more fun and keeps the fans on their toes. But back to the Hype House, no one actually wanted to be real. All of the drama was made up, and I honestly could not get past the first episode. So that's the core issue that we have now. Influencers know how to play an audience, which again makes for great PR, but you're losing the real in reality TV. We're at the point where we have what I like to call the Netflix cinematic universe, or the NCU, as I like to call it. We have casts of recurring characters, such as Aaron, who was on the Netflix show Traitors, but also appeared on Love Island Season 6. Everyone who's appeared on shows like The Perfect Match has also appeared on another Netflix show previously, at least once or twice. So I feel like that show in particular is like a Netflix reunion for the Netflix cinematic universe lovers. And then we have people like Harry Jowsey, who are just everywhere. They're everywhere all at once, and you can't escape them. So it's kind of like it ties the internet together in this way, but you can't escape their likeness at all, which could be a good or bad thing, depending on if you like that person or not. Reality drama causes real damage. Now, I have to mention Baddies. Baddies is one of the last truly unfiltered reality shows out there right now, and even unfiltered is not the best word to use, but hey, it's messy, it's chaotic, it's dramatic, and doesn't care about being brand friendly. But even Baddies has been getting warped by fan bases. Now, I've personally tried to watch the first episode of Baddies 3 times. I don't know which Baddies it was. I'm pretty sure it's Baddies West. I tried to watch it 3 times, and I fell asleep every single time. So I just can tell you what I've seen on the internet. But I have seen people pick their favorite girl, like Scotty or Natalie Nunn or all those other people, and fans tend to take the stance of she can do no wrong and every fight is justified. We are quite literally justifying and promoting female on female violence for entertainment, and we're co-signing it. They give the fan favorites more screen time, more glam edits, more promos, and then they have their whole array of every baddie's vacation, and I'm gonna look them up and I'm gonna read all of them right now. We have Baddies Atlanta, Baddies South, Baddies West, Baddies East, Baddies Caribbean, Baddies Midwest, Baddies Africa, and there's just so many to keep track of. I don't know how y'all do it, but I know y'all are always at for every single spin-off, every single episode. I don't even really know how Baddies works, but them girls, they gon' fight. They gon' fight. So even in a show built on raw drama, the fan base still controls the narrative. We as the audience are not just watching these reality shows. With shows like Love Island, we're shaping them in real time. And maybe that's the problem. Now, if you are a Huda stan, you might want to leave now, because I have a few things that I want to talk about, and this section is mostly about Huda. So please be kind and let's talk about your fave. So we all know that Huda would not have made it to the final 3 if her fan base was not as strong as it is. After her crash out the first time with the whole Jeremiah situation, the internet claimed that she was having a redemption arc. But in all honesty, to me, I did not see her act any differently than she had in the past. If anything, she just got a little less screen time and just wasn't really talking. And that just took place over a couple of episodes, and then a few days later she was yelling again. So I don't know what redemption arc you guys saw, even in terms of an edit. On the final episode, each of the remaining couples were sent on a date away from the villa. Huda and the guy that she was coupled up with, named Chris, were sent to a beautiful candlelit dinner over the water. In the episodes leading up to that date, they had been fighting over Chris giving more pancakes to Shelly, who was the main girl he was trying to pursue, and Huda had said that she was okay with that.
Thanks so much for the breakfast. You're welcome. I mean, you gave her 2 pancakes and gave me 1, and gave her 5 and gave me 9.
You know, I apologize for that.
They fought over Chris running around with their shared baby doll when he was playing a race with one of the guys, and Chris was also questioning why Huda was willing to have relations with him in their shared bedroom with the other islanders, but wouldn't kiss him around them, and so much more. So all of this tension caused them to disband their couple before the end of their date. Ultimately, they were the first Love Island contestants ever to not be in a couple at the finale. If you watch the show, this only emphasizes the fact that Huda would have made it to the finale no matter who she was coupled up with, because of her fan base. They stood by every toxic crash out she had, no matter how she made the other islanders in the villa feel. She cursed out Jeremiah across the villa.
He's over here playing victim. You're a pussy-ass bitch.
Stop, put up. Keep it classy.
Like, fuck you.
The islanders were afraid to let Iris have a conversation with her. Do you guys remember that?
Iris, can I pull you, please? Yeah, take her. We're gonna go in slow size. I'm sorry, we're gonna go in slow size. That's the fastest place where I can do it. Do you guys mind walking downstairs so that I can talk to her privately?
I don't know if we should stay a little closer. You don't know what I mean, but I mean, just in case something happens.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah. Look at him. I'm not dealing with bullshit. He's known that since day one. I told him straight up. I don't do second chances. I don't do that shit. Hi, hey.
She badmouthed America's sweetheart and bombshell Amaya because she kissed Jeremiah during a challenge.
Do you not see like what me and Jeremiah have? Like, I just think that was the dumbest shit she could have fucking done. Jeremiah was but I think that bitch is fucking messy. I couldn't even look at her.
It is what it is.
Anyone would feel the same way if you were in my shoes. Mine is mine and don't fucking touch it. I can already tell if the bitch doesn't fucking compare to me. Do I know her? No. Am I upset that she picked her for number 1? Yes.
And if you don't watch Love Island, bombshells, the whole point of them is to shake up the relationships in the villa. And Amaya came within the first 2 weeks. So their relationship wasn't, Huda and Jeremiah's relationship was not even solidified. No one had been locked in, coupled up, anything yet. Like, for real, for real. No one was closed off. And this was in the first week. And Huda was saying, oh, she doesn't compare to me. It's an understatement to say that fan bases pick a favorite early and they villainize whoever threatens them. This is blatant in Huda's fan base after Black girls and fellow OGs, Shelly and Alandria, communicated how they felt by Huda's actions, and particularly after Huda's snide commentary and crossing boundaries during the heart rate challenge. Huda's fan base turned to making extremely derogatory and harmful edits in terms of race that I can't even talk or show on here because it's just that disgusting. After the season ended, Huda revealed on the Call Her Daddy podcast that she felt bullied throughout her entire experience and had no true support system, despite many of the girls reassuring her during every crash out, even when they weren't justified.
I felt like I had no one.
I feel like I was bullied a lot in the villa.
Remember how everyone was comforting Huda instead of comforting Hannah when Charlie was removed from the villa? I don't understand. And it's clear that Huda's comment was a slap in the face to her fellow Islanders and caused them to cut ties with her and unfollow her on social media. And lastly, she has failed to take any accountability for any of her actions and speak on her fans' racially charged remarks to her fellow castmates. But as Huda HQ would say, she was the realest one in the villa. And I just looked up, Amaya came in on day 5. Huda's crash out over Amaya cursing and calling her names happened on day 5. I don't know how you support this girl. I can't. And remember when she was cursing out Iris too, calling her not a girl's girl?
Iris moves so weird to me. She hides everything from the damn get-go. She's over here, I'm a girl's girl. No, the fuck you're not.
Iris came in on day 9. Guys, she was crashing out for this guy that she knew for 9 days. I don't Guys, 9 days? Not even 10. Not even 14. 9 days. Okay. Parasocial dynamics distort reality. What are parasocial relationships? I touched on this a little bit on my last video on the downfall of award shows, but parasocial relationships are defined as one-sided relationships where someone feels a strong connection with a media figure, like a celebrity or influencer, or even a fictional character, despite the other party being unaware of their existence. Fans act like lawyers for their faves, digging up dirt, spreading rumors, and attacking others. Now, I am an advocate for loving yourself as you are, and I don't necessarily agree with the popularization of enhancements like BBLs and fillers, but I do think that society has set an unrealistic expectation for what people, especially women, should look like. Now, is this a reason to bash what procedures someone has gotten done? No. I do think that it should be more normalized to talk about the procedures that you've gotten done, especially as an influencer, and especially as someone like a workout influencer, and I'm not talking about Huda in general. Huda specifically, I'm talking about in general, where I've seen a lot of workout influencers have BBLs, but they're like, oh, you could get this body just like I have by working out and eating healthy, knowing that they went to Dr. Miami or they flew to Turkey to get something done. So no girl could naturally ever look like that unless they're lucky. You can't get that through hard work. I also think there should be a socially acceptable way to discuss what too much filler or whatever else looks like in a way that does not add on to the person's pre-existing insecurities. And I just think that overall we should be nicer to each other as well as ourselves in the conversations surrounding beauty standards, because a lot of them are unattainable and you only get one body. So I think we should love ourselves as much as we can. But I also want to talk about double standards when it comes to our faves and or having plastic surgery. I think it's scary how blind viewers are getting towards body enhancement surgeries, not knowing if an influencer got something done or not. These surgeries get praised when they're undetectable, and that shows both the talent of the doctor and the comfortability that we have in altering our appearances as long as they seem natural. On the flip side, we're quick to call out surgeries that seem to be overdone and spread the message to love ourselves when we perceive these surgeries as over-exaggerated. The one thing that I personally will never understand is fan bases fighting tooth and nail, seeing that their favorite influencers haven't gotten anything done and is 100% natural, especially when that influencer has said themselves that they have gotten something done. I have seen this in real time with Huda's fans. Huda has been open about getting a nose job. She even alluded to it on Love Island. But I've seen comments both denying that she's gotten one done and also saying that it doesn't look that different than her previous nose. And people say that in defense of her. Wouldn't that feel like a slap in your face if you had an insecurity about your appearance and spent thousands of dollars to change something on your face and get it adjusted, and your supporters just go ahead and say, you don't look any different. It doesn't look like you got anything done. I don't think you got anything done. They compare your before and after pictures and say you look exactly the same while trying to defend you. This goes all the way back to when Kylie Jenner said that that she had a secret lip combo that magically quadrupled her lip size. And people made the Kylie Jenner lip challenge because it was just such a blatant lie. So in my opinion, when celebrities or influencers lie about having something done, we as a society fall 10 years behind in our progression in having open and honest conversations around beauty standards and expectations. Also, we have eyes, so we can see if you've gotten something done. As an influencer, don't question the intelligence of your fans because they will turn on you before you could say BBL. Let them find something. They'll dig it up. They'll find something. I also wanted to make a quick note of how these beauty standards are literally changing before our eyes. And again, since I'm talking about Love Island, look at season 1 of Love Island compared to season 6 and 7 and even 5. We are starting to see that Instagramification, or that Instagram baddie face and baddie figure throughout all of our reality shows. And that goes back to baddies and a lot of other shows, like any Netflix reality show you could apply this to. Everyone looks the exact same. And I feel like we're kind of losing the plot in terms of natural beauty and someone who is not just like someone like Alandria. Like, she is gorgeous. Shelly, they are gorgeous. And the list goes on. And I love to see my natural baddies on the TV screen because at this point, we're at a point where that feels refreshing. We kind of expect people to be these perfect Barbie doll figures and come online. Perfect Barbie doll figures and come on our TV screens and kind of be someone that we envy to look like, and we could also pay to look like if we had the means. But I think seeing natural faces on our screens is just so much more, not even rewarding, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. But also because men don't have to do anything. Like, maybe some people get steroids, that's none of my business. But for the most part, men can come as they are. But women feel this pressure to have the most fillers, the most plump lips, the perfect cheekbones, perfectly European nose that looks like Cindy Lou. So what are we really praising right now? We are subjected and giving in to the objectification of women. And I don't see that ending anytime soon, unfortunately. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we need to remember that these are real people with real lives that we are speaking about. Sending hate to their parents, their homes, their workplace, even their own social medias is an extreme overstep of parasocial relationships. People who choose to go on a reality show do not deserve harassment for choosing to explore other connections or moving in a way that benefits them to win a game show. Are viewers allowed to share their own opinions on whether or not they agree with how that contestant moved? 100,000%. But should they send death threats to said contestants and the people that go against their opinions? No, absolutely not. And I can't think of even one scenario where sending threats to people is acceptable. People end their own lives over this hate and harassment and this kind of behavior from fans because they can't escape the parasocial cycle of hate. It's okay to have fan favorites, but don't degrade other people at your fave's expense. That's not cool. In conclusion, reality shows have always been messy, unpredictable, and fun. But now, between casting influencers and manipulative editing to curate faux redemption arcs, they feel even more staged and weirdly polished. Contestants are afraid to speak their minds in fear of public scrutiny and being bashed by their fellow castmates' rabid and unforgiving fan bases. Do you guys think that influencers are ruining reality shows, or is it the producers? Or are influencers' fan bases taking these shows too seriously? I think all of that could be true at once. Let me know your opinions down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!